During the 1950s, the US Army was interested in looking at ways to improve the M48 pattern. This led to 3 prototype tanks being developed, one of which was the T54E1. All 3 vehicles used the M48's hull, but varied in their turret and loading designs. The T54E1 used an oscillating turret with a 9-round autoloader, as well as the powerful T14E2 105mm cannon. The vehicle went through substantial testing, but the development was ultimately cancelled due to the much more promising T95 tank, which can also be found in game. In War Thunder, the T54E1 is being sold for a very high price tag and sits at a battle rating where it will be facing first generation main battle tanks pretty much every game. Not exactly the foundations for a great premium vehicle. Alright lads, today I'm going to be talking about the performance, weapons and playstyle of the T54E1. Starting as always with the basics, and this vehicle is a rank 5 battle rating 8.0 medium tank located in the American tech tree. Being a rank 5 premium, it will be effective at researching the vehicles between the ranks of 1 and 6. For the American tech tree, this ranges from the reserve vehicles all the way up to the early Abrams models, giving the T54E1 great longevity as it can be used to grind out all but 4 vehicles in the American tech tree. To unlock this tank, you'll have to purchase it from the premium section of the tech tree for a cost of 8,560 golden eagles. Yikes. I know I said this tank has good longevity, but your bank balance certainly won't. This tank is one of the most expensive premiums in the game, only being beaten by other American monstrosities such as the Calliope. As this tank is a premium, it has a low crew train cost of 10,000 silver lions. However, the same cannot be said for the expert and ace qualifications, costing 720,000 silver lions and 1,400 golden eagles respectively. Thankfully, however, due to American industrial might, the tank has a pretty good repair cost of 2,740 silver lions. Going on to the rewards, and the vehicle has a base RP modifier of 2.08, which gives you an RP modifier of 416% with a free-to-play account and 624% with a premium account. Your silver lion modifier of 1.4 is the highest available for a premium tank, allowing you to make pretty good profits with this vehicle. You can expect a 280% silver lion modifier with a free-to-play account and 420% with a premium account. Taking a quick look at customization, and we have several camouflages available to purchase, including woodland, desert and winter camouflage schemes. Like usual, we'll start with the overview of the vehicle, followed by some live commentary, and finally ending with a conclusion. Starting as usual with the engine and mobility, and the tank is powered by an engine producing 810 horsepower, combined with the vehicle's weight of 54.4 tonnes. It gives the tank a power to weight ratio of 14.9 horsepower per tonne. This is pretty bad even by World War II standards, and this issue mainly arises due to the T54E1 using the M48 chassis. Moving on to the transmission, and you do have a decent top speed of 43 km per hour, but due to your low power to weight ratio, it does take a little while to get up to that speed. You also have a disappointing 11 km per hour reverse speed, which at battle rating 8.0 is well below average. One of the benefits of using the M48 chassis is the fact that you have the ability to neutral steer, which gives you pretty good manoeuvrability, especially on tight urban maps. Overall, the mobility of the T54E1 is well below the average at battle rating 8.0, and is even worse when up tier to battle rating 8.7 or 9.0. Although designated as a medium, this tank plays more like a heavy. It's pretty slow to react to a changing battlefield, and the lack of mobility will severely limit your playstyle. Alright, so moving on to Armour performance, and the first thing to mention is the fact that this vehicle has a crew of 4 men, with 1 in the hull and 3 in the fighting compartment. This layout means that a round penetrates your turret, it will most likely instantly kill the tank, and it's no better if you take a round to the hull, as the ammunition is located to the left and the right of the driver, as well as having your autoloader in the middle of the turret. As you can see, taking a round pretty much anywhere in this vehicle is going to either kill the crew or detonate your ammunition, giving the tank pretty awful survivability. So moving on to the actual Armour performance itself, and to test this, we'll be using the 3BK5 heater fest round fired by the 1951 variant of the T54. One good thing about this tank using the M48 chassis is the fact that the M48's hull was fully cast, which led to the distinctive rounded frontal plates. There isn't a flat part of the hull armour that an enemy can shoot for an easy penetration. Starting as always with the lower frontal plate, and our protection ranges from 130mm all the way up to around 250mm. And if we move to the upper frontal plate, our armour starts strong, but then drops down as we approach the driver's hatch, down to around 170mm of armour. It is worth noting that the high angling of the upper frontal hull may bounce a few rushed shots, but I wouldn't rely on this. Moving up to the turret, and it's a bit funky. Starting with the top, and your rangefinder bulge provides around 180mm of armour, and the main turret cheeks is a little bit better, at around 200mm of armour. However, the main frontal weak spot of this tank, and this is true for pretty much all oscillating turret designs, is the joint located below the gun, where the two parts of the turret meet. Here, as you can see, it only provides around 90mm of armour. Moving to the side of the hull, and we have between 175mm of armour all down the side of the vehicle. And if we move upwards, and the lower part of the turret is pretty well protected, providing well over 200mm of armour. However, the top of the turret is substantially less protected, providing only around 70mm of armour. And finally, the rear of the turret provides 70mm of armour, and the hull around 50mm. Overall, just like the mobility, the armour protection of the T54E1 is rather underwhelming. While it performs well against conventional APC-BC rounds, against most rounds at battle rating 8.0 and upwards, which is usually either Heat FS or APFSDS, the armour is essentially dead weight. Alright, so moving on to the weapons and ammunition, and to start, the tank is armed with the T54E2 105mm cannon. Being in an oscillating turret, the vertical guidance characteristics are a little limited, having a fairly good 8 degrees of gun depression, but a pretty bad 13 degrees of gun elevation. The gun is also unstabilised. This means when you are up tiered, you are at a significant disadvantage to most other tanks. The tank can carry 36 rounds in total, but as I mentioned, the T54E1 features an autoloader with a 9 round capacity. This autoloader gives you a terrific 9-second reload, even if your human loader has been knocked out. Obviously, after you've fired the 9 rounds in your autoloader, the reload time is significantly longer, so I would never recommend completely emptying your magazine. Speaking of which, if we take a look at the reloading skill under the loader section, and we have a constant 5-second reload. This makes the T54E1 very friendly for low skill crews. Moving on to the targeting skill under the gunner section, and we can see that you have a base turret rotation speed of 13 degrees per second, which rises to 18 degrees per second with an ace crew. Considering you will be facing 1970s vehicles pretty much every game, this is kind of awful in comparison, and you will struggle turning the gun to deal with an enemy that appears on your flanks. Alright, next we'll take a look at the modifications, and I want to point out that this tank gets access to night vision equipment, as well as a coincidence rangefinder, the latter of which allows you to fairly accurate estimate the range to a target. While not as good as a laser rangefinder, it is still a very powerful tool to have. The T54E1 has a pretty poor field of view in the gunner sight, as well as a fairly disappointing base 6x zoom and an optional 7.5x zoom. This makes long range shooting, as well as target acquisition, quite hard. Moving on to the ammunition, and we have 3 rounds available, 1 stock and 2 unlockable. Your stock round is the T182E1 APBC round. It contains no explosive filler and solely relies on kinetic energy to penetrate and damage opponents. It manages to punch through 266mm of armour and travels at a respectable 1067 meters per second. Your next round is a T79 APDS shell. Anyone used to playing British Centurions will be right at home here. It has a muzzle velocity of 1554 meters per second and can penetrate 318mm of flat armour. And even against armour angled at 60 degrees, it still manages a respectable 121mm of armour. This round is actually pretty good and should be used at long range or against heavily armoured opponents. You also have a Heat FS shell. It has a higher muzzle velocity than the stock round at 1128 meters per second and is capable of penetrating more than the APDS round at all angles, with 380mm of flat armour and 190mm against armour angled at 60 degrees. The T54E1 also has a coaxially mounted rifle caliber machine gun, as well as a pintle mounted 50 caliber machine gun, which is operated by the commander. Overall, the sustained firepower of the tank is the best thing about it, and really is the main selling point of this vehicle. Being able to fire pretty competitive rounds every 5 seconds gives you an incredibly powerful weapon system. Problems do arise however when you are up tiered, which is pretty much every game. Tanks such as the T55E1 and the Object 279 give you huge problems on the battlefield, for a variety of reasons. They are faster, have better armour, and have powerful fully stabilised guns. While they don't reload as fast as you, as I covered in the armour section, all they need is one good shot into you to kill you. Alright, welcome to Mozdok. We're going to go up the north flank. That's where I usually go on this map. Not really the type of tank you should be going up here. A lot of enemies will be a lot faster than you, but we're going to risk it, see if it pays off. We're going to watch out here. Very fast enemies, they can get there and like shoot you as you're trying to get up here, but if you can pull this off, it's a very strong position to be in. We'll take a look to our side, see if we can catch anyone trying to get up towards B. Oh, there's a leopard. Bit of a risky shot. Oh well, bye bye Mr. Leopard. Got a helicopter, is that friendly? Yeah. Hopefully no helicopters are going to ruin our fun. It looks like there's someone on there. You can see his turret, well, I can see his gun. Oh shit. Some little speedy boys got here before us. It's either going to be an Armour or it looks like a Centauro. Yeah, Centauro. I think he does hull break though, we can get a shot into him. Yeah, well. Don't really know what he was trying to do then. He should have withdrawn. So, this is probably my favourite spot to go on this map. Go here pretty much every time I get it. Like I say, if you can get here, it's very, very strong. It's just getting here, that's the problem. By this position, you can see, oh, we've got T55, I think, or T50. Oh, I've only managed to get his gunner and commander. These heat rounds are a little bit temperamental. Right, that just did nothing. Oh, we finally got him at least. That helicopter's giving me PTSD. Okay, well, we couldn't hit that guy. He's gone back behind the rock. Oh, we got another guy pushing out. Oh, fuck's sake. Absolute Chad T54, not giving a shit, just driving straight out. Oh, come on. My aim is abysmal. Ah, we got him. Thankfully, we do have that 5-second reload. That's we want to got that kill. I'm gonna try and get. Oh, we got an BMP2. Every time I go up against these BMPs, I get. They always just find a way to destroy my barrel or something bullshit like that. Gonna take our time here. Don't really want him to know we're here. Oh, it's fucking seen us already. Can we get him? Yeah, hull break. Okay, so we've repaired our tracks. That guy at A is still there, I think. Can't see him at the minute. Someone in chat has been talking about him. That Type 59. I think we're going to push up. And then we'll double check it. Oh, it fucking moves as soon as I does. It's every time. As soon as I move, someone else pops out. But well, luckily for us, he missed his shot. There's a little bit of an open position in here. I want to get retreat really. Can we get his gun? Oh, we got his barrel. Looks like there's a ZSU. Last thing I want is one of them. Ping him on the map so our team knows he's here, but I think they're already complaining about him in the chat, so. We've only got 2 crew members alive, but with that auto loader, it doesn't really matter. It means even if one more of our crew dies, we're dead. See if we can get this guy. Oh, got him in one shot. Usually take quite a few rounds to kill those little buggers, but. Our ammo carousel is out here. You can see that we've got a red circle. Got no rounds in our autoloader anymore, so our reload is like once every 20 seconds or something. We've only got 1 round at the minute, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. Not as big as pain in the ass as that artillery, but we'll be spotted now, so they'll all know we're here. That guy's waiting for us. Nah, I regret taking that shot. You see what I mean now? We've got like a 20-second reload to wait. He could rush me if he knew. I think there is a vehicle behind him as well. Yeah, it looks like a BMP. Yeah. Not. Oh shit. Because even if I kill one of them, I've got a 20-second reload. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think this is it, lads. Oh, come on, please reload. Take one of them with me. Come on. Oh, we got him. I need to run away. Run away. Oh, thank. Oh, fuck me. You saved my life. Absolute Chad vampire. Thank you, Mr. Vampire. Noob 1. that's 7. How many kills is that? Oh, come and get this guy. Aww. To conclude, I cannot recommend the T54E1 to its current battle rating. If it was a 7.7 vehicle, like the AMX-50, then maybe this would be a good premium. But at battle rating 8.0, it is consistently up tier to face much stronger opponents. Here, your ammunition is a little bit underwhelming, and the lack of armour mobility and a stabilised gun really does put you at a significant disadvantage. While the tank can be powerful when played in a second line supporting role, this isn't really what you want in a premium. Never mind a premium that costs the best part of €50. I believe a better alternative to the T54E1 would be to purchase the Magak 3-pack on the Guardian store. It is a much better rank 4 American premium in my opinion, and as it is battle rating 7.7, you do avoid up tiers much more. I bought the T54E1 several years ago myself, along with the Magak, and I just feel like the latter has a much better potential at 7.7. The constant up tiers that the T54E1 sees just makes grinding very inefficient, as you are constantly fighting superior opponents. I will have a video on the Magak 3 coming out shortly, but if you don't fancy that tank, then I believe the only alternative is the XM1. As always, these videos is just my opinion. What do you guys think of this tank? If you have any questions, criticism, positive or negative, or would even like to request a review, then please feel free to comment below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I did my job correctly, hopefully you should have learned something about this vehicle. If you do enjoy these sort of videos, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. But more importantly lads, I hope you have a great day and thank you very much for watching.